Hi, this is Laura Parker from alifeoverseas.com and also inspiredteacher.net. And I just wanted to take a second to explain the idea of fair trade and how it works out in this part of the world in Asia. It was a buzzword that I didn't really understand. I knew that we should buy fair trade, but when I was at Walmart shopping, it was always how do I get enough food to make our budget work? How do we save the most money? That was sort of in the forefront of my mind. But when I came to Asia, and I had a conversation with a man that actually works in remote villages and farming villages, it really brought the idea of the importance of buying fair trade to light. So I wanted to just kind of take a second to explain that. Our house right now is beside a rice field. You can see they've just harvested the rice and they're stacking it. And as I've gotten to watch people rice farm, it is hard work. They're out there a lot. It's a hard work. It's hard work, back breaking work. They do it all by hand. And what happens, what this gentleman explained to me, what happens is a lot of times in the remote villages in Asia, farmers will not have access to a truck. Maybe they live, their village is 2 hours away from the closest city or the closest market. So they don't have the means to take their vegetables that they've worked hard to grow into market to sell it. And so they rely on a middleman, somebody that does have a truck. And this person will come and will their job would be to get the goods, the vegetables or the rice from the farmer in the remote village to market to sell. And what oftentimes happens, which is really unfortunate for the poor village farmer, is that um, the middleman will offer them a very, very, very low price for their vegetables or for their rice. And they do that because, for two big reasons. One, the middleman wants to make the most money that he can, but then also the society demands low prices. So as the society demands lower prices, the middleman's profit is going down, and so he pays less to the farmer in the village. Now, the farmer in the village has no choice but to take whatever the middleman offers him, right? Because if he doesn't, there's no way that he can get his goods to market because he doesn't have a truck, he doesn't have a way to get it there to sell it. So what eventually happens is that the society back at the market is getting richer because they're paying less and less and less for the product. The middleman is getting richer. He already has a truck, so he's already a rich in the richer percentile, but he's getting richer because he's able to sort of cheat the farmer. And the person that's getting the short end of the stick consistently is the farmer, who is the person that's working the hardest and the person that's probably the most impoverished in the whole chain of consumerism. He's the person that's getting getting less, even though he started out with less, and in some ways potentially is giving the most to produce the product. And so that's just a really quick snippet. So in other words, what happens is that the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. And it really brought home this idea of fair trade to me because, I know what it's like to be at Walmart and to want to get the best deal and to want to make your money stretch the farthest. I understand that, and especially as we're coming up on Christmas, we want to get the most for our money, which I totally understand. But I think as I've been living here, it's really underscored the importance of where we spend our money and how we spend our money. And each dollar that we spend, we're making choices. And sometimes we make choices, or oftentimes we make choices without really thinking about the effects on the other side of the world to the farmer that's producing the things that we are buying, or the guy in the factory that's producing the things that we are buying. So that's just a little quick picture of fair trade and its importance, and why it is important to buy fair trade as much as possible. I've heard some of the easiest way, if it's overwhelming to think about, an easy way is just to choose to at least buy fair trade in coffee and chocolate. That's sort of a good way. It's a good initial step to choose just in your mind to choose to buy coffee and chocolate fair trade. But then you can also, there are lots of websites that you can look on, and a lot of times you can look on the tags, and they'll say if it's fair trade or not. But yeah, just an encouragement as you enter into the season of buying things for people, an encouragement to try to think about what you're buying and if it is being fair to the people that are making it. So thanks for listening.